Hi, welcome back to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. Hope you're having a great day. Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but Victor Wembanyama, is becoming a big chase currently with his cards because if you don't know, the San Antonio Spurs recently beat the OKC Thunder. All right. So it's basically Wemby versus SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of sports card people are really celebrating this like they just won the NBA championship practically, as far as the Spurs go. But, that's the thing about sports cards in our current age of sports cards is how everybody is just sniffing for relevance when it comes to cards that they have purchased, all right? And so when it comes to this issue, there's a lot of people talking about, these cards. And the thing about this series is the fact that the way that people are celebrating, they're acting like, Wemby and the Spurs really dominated this game, this recent win over the OKC Thunder. But the thing about it that stood out, because I watched this game, was the fact that, well, it went into double overtime, okay? And yeah, the OKC Thunder lost, 122 to 115. But let's face it, it's not like Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs really dominated this matchup, okay? But yeah, there's a lot of people who are really celebrating this in the world of sports cards because, oh, it's time to get rich. Well, if you're chasing down Wemby cards, I sure as hell wouldn't buy one right now. I'd wait for this series to see what happens, okay? Because it could go for the OKC Thunder and SGA over Wemby and the Spurs, all right? So there's a lot of people chatting about this, it says here, the Victor Wembanyama Red Power out of 75 PSA 10 sold for $22,500 following Wemby's historic performance last night. It's now an all-time high for the card in that grade, okay? And that's what sports cards have become. It's all about the big sales prices. It's not about collecting anymore. It's just about how much you can make off of a card, okay? And that's pretty much what I see on X for the most part, is this really big celebration of, selling a card for a lot of money. And as a collector, I can understand, people like their cash. And I would say people like the cash more than the card. Don't pretend that this current model of sports card investing isn't about the money. It's all about the money. In fact, I would say it's more about the money than the cards themselves. So, in my day and age, in the 80s and 90s, it was more about the cards than the money. But then again, we could afford it. Everything was more affordable back then. But what gets exhausting to me is just, I don't know. I always see these guys, just pandering this stuff when things start to go their way, like, oh, it was such a big win for the San Antonio Spurs, even though they went double overtime, So it's time to really pump up Wemby. Best investment over the next decade might be a Victor Wembanyama rookie card. Well, I had one and I sold it. I didn't even think twice about it. And I don't think I ever will, to be quite honest, if you always want to be chasing, the big hot athlete of the moment, oh, that's the guy to make money off of. Hey, this is your time. Get in on this, mark it up, try and sell it. If that's what you're about, do it, But for me, after watching that most recent game between OKC and the Spurs, I'm still not sold that the Spurs are dominant. I'm not sold that Wemby's dominant. Yeah, he's tall. He can block a lot of shots. We get it. He is very awesome on the defensive end when he's doing good. But still, it's very possible that the San Antonio Spurs could get knocked out, And if they do get knocked out, these prices are going to shoot down, So that's something to consider. So I'm not sure if you're going to go all in on Wemby currently. I wouldn't. Now, for me, I had one of these 2023, 2024 Rookie Year cards. It wasn't autographed, but the value on these cards just isn't really that high for one reason or another. So I just moved it, And I'll keep an eye out, to see if there's a Wemby card I'm interested in out there. But I just know from experience that, you just have a lot of guys who are desperate to make some cash, and if they have a Wemby auto or a decent Wemby card, they're gonna, try and sell it for a lot of cash right now with what's going on with the Spurs. And that's why I would stay away from it, because eventually you're gonna see those prices begin to tank. We're almost at the point of the NBA basketball off season, all right? And people are going to be focused a lot more on baseball, football, and eventually we'll see, the next 2026, 2027 NBA season kick in. And once again, they'll be focused more on, these basketball players. And that's why I'm just not super excited about Wemby cards right now. Yeah, hey, if you have them, sell them. But remember, there's a window, because if the Spurs get knocked out, you're going to have to cross your fingers and go, maybe it's next year, and maybe next year will be the time to, make all your bank on his card, So that's the way I view it is, it's very possible that Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs can go very far in this current sports card market with what's going on with the Spurs and, their push into the finals. But it's kind of a danger beware moment too. So, I'd be careful if you're buying Wemby cards right now, because, you could spend a lot of money on a card that eventually tanks, So kind of a buyer beware moment, but hey, I get it. Wemby, at this point in time is looking really good. And we see, all the big prices and big sales and all the big talk on X to go along with it and other social media sites. But that's on par for what this hobby is, That's just the way it always works. And that's why I'm so cautious, especially with what's going on in our current economy. Gas prices are really expensive. So everything I do is very carefully calculated at this point in time. So anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. You're the reason I keep doing these episodes, because I'm still not monetized. And I'd like to thank my viewers as well. If you could subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. If you could give me some thumbs ups, that would be awesome. And hey, keep an eye out on the subscription list for new episodes from Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. So anyway, I'm out of here. Bye.